Good evening, people. It's another edition of the Waffle TV show. My name's Abs, and I'm in the building, and we're going to talk about something really serious today. We are going to talk about what the title means. Now, I can talk for an hour. However, if you're willing to join me, the link is to the chat. If you're willing and brave enough, it doesn't matter which opinion you have of Arsenal or Arteta, you're willing to join the link and discuss. I can only discuss from my point of view and what I see around what's going on in terms of the fans. So the title starts with, are the fans really happy with Arteta? So let's start. Are the fans really happy with Arteta? Well, based on the last game against Everton, the atmosphere in the ground didn't look too great. The atmosphere, I was hearing players weren't too happy. I was hearing fans, weren't really rushing, to watch the second half against Everton. Fans were leaving early. We're having content creators who are fans. You've got the Arteta lovers and the Arteta outers, just going at each other. You've got the one side where, they're positive, they appreciate what, the manager's done in the past 2 years, 2 seasons, finishing runners up. And then you have the other side of the coin, so to speak, where you have, the fan that looks back 20 years, 21 years ago to success and demands success. So who are we to blame? So first of all, foremost, as people, as human beings, we should need to look at ourselves, because how can we sit here and be happy with what we're seeing with our team? So let's start with ourselves first. Am I happy with what I am seeing from my football team? Have they given me the joy that is required, all the success, that I've been seeking for these years? And you need to ask yourself that question, because I asked myself that question, because I don't feel that joy anymore. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. Maybe people want to tell me I'm not a fan. Maybe people want to say other things. But the reality is that Arsenal are not a great team. They're a good team. But are they a great team? I don't think so, because great teams do things by hook or by crook. You've heard of that saying before, haven't you? By hook or by crook. Yeah? Look at the teams like Chelsea over the years. Abramovich, crook. Yeah? Look at, City over the years. Now, let's not say too much about City, but we all know that City have done their thing by hook or by crook. Yeah. Arsenal, it's only a few weeks ago, or I say about a month ago, Arsenal fans, content creators, were talking about capacity for our stadium to be bigger, for there to be more, fans, and there to be more facilities shops, and all this kind of malarkey in the club. Remember, Stan Kroenke, he says he didn't put a stake in Arsenal to win trophies. So this was said in, I think, around 2016. So, 8 years ago. And it shows, because we as a club are falling so far behind. Now I'm seeing people saying, oh, it's not that bad, and oh, it's it's not as bad as you think, and stuff like that. It is bad. It's bad. Pinch yourself and wake up. It's bad. Yeah. We've got an attacking midfielder as a striker, who Arteta in any moment can play him whatever position he wants. We've got a striker, a number 9, who Arteta, still loves, who's told us that he can't score goals. So he persisted with him. And we've just got a team that literally every fan base banners, everyone fans, and everyone paints every fan with the same brush. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. But the main question that I need to ask, are the fans really happy with Arteta? Now, people can do the pretend and all that kind of thing and state, oh, he's, as Coach's Corner has said, he's such a great manager. He's won 3 trophies in 5 years. See, another one with the banner. Arteta came out yesterday in his presser and said, obviously he's won the FA Cup in his reign, but he won the 2 charity shields as well, or community shields, or whatever you want to call them. Now, whether he meant it or whether he didn't mean it, that's far beside the point. You don't even mention that. You don't even mention that. That's just embarrassing. That's just giving people ammo to come back at you. Yeah? Ammo. Yeah? This manager has proven, at the top level, that he can never, ever get over the line. Yeah? We've lost in quarterfinals, semi-finals. We've gone into the Premier League twice, 2 seasons in a row, and fumbled the bag. The 3rd season now, it's looking like we're fumbling the bag. Forget about Chelsea, forget about Liverpool, for the moment, I want you to concentrate on this manager, Arteta. And I'm gonna circle back now, because I said forget about Chelsea and forget about Liverpool. But I'm gonna circle back because I want to talk about the other managers. When Arteta's talking, he never seems like he's being honest. He never seems like he's giving a straight answer. He never seems like he's telling the truth. He always seems to be blaming everyone else. Yeah. And then he will come out with things as, my players are great. Do you know what? If there's anyone better than my players, then you know what we'll be looking at in the market. And then what does he do? The players he has brought into this club, I wouldn't say any of them are exceptional. I don't find none of the Arsenal players exceptional. I tell you, Timber is a very good player. The likes of Saliba, obviously, very, very good player. Potentially could go on to be world class. Gabriel been very good. Our defense has been half decent. But where we are lacking, and it's no secret, is up top. The entertainment isn't in defense where you're like set piece FC, yeah, and you man are singing, oh, ole, set piece, ole. The entertainment comes at the front, the attack, yeah. All the best teams throughout the years, if you watch football for a long time, the likes of Liverpool, their attack has literally, throughout the years, I would say majority of the time I've been watching football, their attacks have been good. All right, they went through a little period where they had some meaty attackers, but usually they bring in, someone who's decent, Suarez, Sturridge, the likes of Salah now. Back in the day they had man like Ian Rush, Robbie Fowler, what I'm saying? Yeah. So throughout the years, they've kept that DNA, so to speak. And even Arsenal had that DNA, in the 90s. I used to watch man like Alan Smith, Ian Wright, going further up the chain. We had man like Paul Dickoff back in the day. Paul Dickoff, good player, a very good player. Man like, Dennis Bergkamp, Henri, Wiltord, Kanu, yeah. We had a plethora of decent, different type of strikers, yeah. Players that you can rely on, yeah. Kevin Campbell, players that can come in and do a job. Fast forward it to 2024 or 2022 or 2023, however you want to label it. We now have one player that we constantly rely on, and his name is Bukayo Saka. Now, Bukayo Saka has never scored 20 goals in his life. Bukayo Saka is not a centre forward. Bukayo Saka is a very good player. Bukayo Saka is not going to take us to win the title. What you need to do is you need to complement players of that ability. So you bring in someone that is of a class, like a Gyökeres, like a Isak, yeah, like a Haaland. I'm just talking about centre forwards. You bring in the cream of the crop. You say to yourself, Arteta, I'm not buying no one else until I buy a striker. Yeah, I don't care about no other position. I'm getting my striker in. Stan, Josh, I just want a striker. But no. And this is where I asked the question, are the fans really happy with Arteta? Because even a top gooner and even a Liga, a Northside, a Dan Potts, a Kenny Ken, me, Abs, Igal, you name all these men, yeah, they would want a striker. And all these men, some of them differ in opinions, some of them don't, yeah. But the one thing they all agree on is getting in a striker. You ask my boy Tony Claude, you ask my boy Josh from True Gooner, you ask all them man, yeah, if they can have one player right now, if they can have a player right now or a position right now, what would it be? And most of them will say striker straight away. But our manager is too stubborn to see that. So I asked the question, are you happy with this manager? You know, are you happy to go another season? And we've got a very big game tonight, the Carabao Cup. Now that's a game of really big importance. This is why I'm doing the stream before 7 o'clock, because I know obviously the talk's going to start going on and people are doing streams and watch alongs and not. I'm not doing a watch along tonight. I'm just going to watch the game because I just don't have confidence in my team right now. I don't have confidence in my manager right now. I don't even associate. I'm not calling him my manager. I don't have confidence in Mikel Arteta. Yeah, because he is too stubborn. Yeah, he has made some really bad choices, and he's continuing to make bad choices. And I said at the start of the season, I told everyone this. Yeah, I'm not a flip flop. If he doesn't win anything this season, he has to go. Yeah. If this manager don't win anything, he has to go. Yeah. I don't care if he's in the top four. I don't care if he's second. He needs to go. He needs to say to himself, you know what? I've taken you as far as I can, and I can't do no more. You know, that will be the best thing for him. And if you're watching Arteta, I haven't got nothing against you personally, but I have in terms of the way you're um, the way you're directing this team, because you have a lot of control within the club. Henri was on yesterday talking about how players are regressing. Martinelli, he focused on Martinelli. Look at Martinelli now. How has this player regressed? You know, how are we slating this Martinelli and calling him Martin now? And we're not happy with this player. When he scored, we can call it a purple patch. 2 seasons ago, 15 goals, you know, looking like a baller. How has this player regressed so badly? You know, how have you kept players like Kivior in the squad? How have you kept players like Tierney? Yeah. Is this some kind of mental punishment that you do to players? Because why do you not get rid of these players? If not, why didn't you put them on loan? If not, why are you now looking to play Nwaneri when you could have played him when Odegaard was injured? These are the things, yeah, that me as a fan is frustrated. Doesn't understand why you do things like this. You know, big up to my boy AFC always as well. You know, because he's right. You know, you spent close to 800 million. Yeah, and look, you're not closer to winning anything. You're not closer to winning anything. So what does that say about you, Arteta? Everyone keeps mentioning this great. What is great about this manager? And this is an analysis, yeah. You know, people say I hate Arteta. I don't hate Arteta. I just don't understand. I just don't understand how this manager can take us any further. I don't want to look at the past of 2 years ago. I don't want to keep saying to people, well, we won it in 2003, 2004. I don't want to be saying that to people. What about if Chelsea win their Conference League this season? That's a cup for Maresca. Conference League and they come second in the league. That's progress. That is progress. Liverpool win the league. Arne Slot's first season. That's more than progress. Yeah? That is more than progress. Arteta gets knocked out of the Carabao Cup against Crystal Palace. Because you know what? The players didn't believe in him no more. The fans didn't believe in him. You know, who are we looking at now? Who are we looking at now? Because as human beings, we're always looking to blame other people, but we don't look at ourselves first. Yeah. What's your accountability? What's your accountability? What are you ready to put up with? Are you ready to be average for the rest of your life? Or are you gonna make something and do something about it? Yeah. Like I'm doing now. I'm talking about it because you know what? I'm sticking to my principles. Yeah. Just like all these other guys do on their streams, they stick to their principles. You know, I'm not here for the big, massive subs and stuff like that. But I'm here to let people know that you know what, this isn't good enough for my club, and we deserve more. We absolutely deserve more. If you're gonna come into my stream, make sure you smash the likes and make sure you comment below and let me know what you think of Arteta so far this season. So let's see what Arteta's saying, because I want to see what he wants. I've got to see what he's got to say about tonight's game. We've got a team out yet. Let's have a look. Isn't Arteta like one of the highest paid managers in the world? Isn't he? Isn't he one of the highest paid managers in the world? So being one of the highest paid managers in the world, shouldn't we as fans demand more from him? Sebastian, shouldn't we demand more from this manager? Am I whining too much? Let's see what he said in the press conference. Is there some kind of right? Let's have a look. Let's share the and this is the thing, yeah. I don't like to go into too deep, but let's talk about his pre-Palace conference. I hope you guys can see the text there. I've just made it quite big, so make sure you guys can see that. Let me change this screen. So let's read through the press conference. So our manager spoke to the press at Sobar Realty Training Centre on Tuesday afternoon. So that was yesterday, and here's what he had to say on the following subjects. On team news, not much. So we know Mikel Arteta hardly ever gives anything away as per usual. On Declan Rice, he said he's fine. We'll make the decision now whether he's available or not. And on Zinchenko and Calafiori, no, Alex and Richie will be out for the squad for tomorrow. So this is another thing as well. Is he going to play Partey as a right back and Timber as a left back? That'd be horrible. So this is based on the changes. We'll decide that in the morning in relation to how the squad is. Obviously, the relevance of the match and where we are in the quarterfinals, it becomes a very important match. We'll decide the best team to win it. He was asked about his silverware, and he said, "We won 2 charity shields too. We want more on the big ones too. That's for sure." This is really frustrating. And this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about, people. This is what I was talking about. Yeah. This is what I was talking about. On the January window, I fully trust the squad and our players and the amount of situations and things we generate in the match. How little we concede, I fully trust my players. It's all nice saying all these things, yeah? But do they fully trust you? Does Partey fully trust you to play him at right back? When we know his best position is in the middle of the park. Big up to man like Curtis Shaw as well, yeah, because I've been watching you a lot as well, man, like Turkish as well from the big six as well. I've been watching you guys quite a lot recently, and especially Curtis Shaw, man, because that game against Everton gave me a little. Oh, I was hot that day. I just really just couldn't handle it. So he was asked on the type of game to expect against Palace. And he's saying, yeah, it's going to be tough when we look at their results, the approach that they have, the quality of individuals they have, how they are coached well. It's always really tough. It's another layer of difficulty as well when you play a team twice in 4 days. So we have to be prepared for it. So you know what? Mentally, these type of games is very difficult to go into when you're playing the same team twice. It's very difficult to go into both games with the same mindset, you know, especially when you're playing them back to back, because one team's going to learn something, both teams are going to learn from each other, isn't it? And you might do well in one game, but you might, struggle in the next game, because when you're playing the same team twice, you might be used to playing against that player, but that player's learning something about you. So that run down that left wing that you tried that worked, it might not work the second time, because that player has learned something about you, And players like Martinelli, for example, he will stand up his player, but he won't kick and run and go past them, So if you can stand up Martinelli, yeah, then you've got a chance. You've got a chance. If you can put two players on Saka in a game, and keep him quiet, you've got a chance. If you can frustrate Kai Havertz in a game, you've got a chance. And they've got players like Mateta, yeah. I used to cuss this guy, but he's pretty decent in my opinion. He's all right. He's all right as a target man. He gets his goals. So the next thing was on if we need to win or want to win the cup. We want to win and do everything that we can to win it. It's not about whether we need or want to win. Yes, it is. We do need to win it. We need to win a cup. It is about that. The pressure is coming in a big club because you want to do the best that you possibly can. And that's related at the end to major trophies. And this is what we want to do. So you're saying the right things. You're saying the right things. But are you doing the right things? That's a question. And how to ensure that we score in games that we dominate after Everton draw. So the frustrating part is that watching it back, all the incredible things the team does and still not get rewarded for 3 points. What are the incredible things we did against Everton? I watched that game. What are the incredible things we did against Everton? What we kept possession. We had a couple, 2-3 shots. But what amazing stuff did we do against Everton? Yeah, and this is what I'm saying if you listen to this stream back, he says a lot of stuff. Yeah, you say a lot of stuff. You talk a good talk. Yeah, but do you know what? Yeah, you don't believe what you're saying. I don't believe you believe in what you're saying. You've inherited a good bunch of players. Yeah, but what you've done is you've not enhanced it enough. Yeah, you've got comfortable in thinking that, okay, we've come second to a City team, twice, and you've decided that, you know what, we don't need another big player because we spent £100 million on Declan Rice. Well, look at us this season. Yes, we've only lost 2 games in the Premier League, and we've drawn 6 games. But it's the point of when we get in situations and we need to go ahead or we need to win an important game, we are not winning these important games. And this always comes back to bite us at the end of the season. So he says, looking back at other games in the league, and our margins were 10 times bigger than many other teams that have won that day. But this is football. which is right. At the end of the day, what we have to do is put the ball in the back of the net. Yep. And then we don't have that issue. What the team is producing and the way the team dominates the game, there is very little to say. But dominating a game and winning a game are two different aspects. Yeah. One, if you don't shoot, you don't score. And we've seen many a times this Arsenal team try to walk the ball into the net. Walk the ball in the net. Or if they're not trying to walk the ball in the net, what they're trying to do is cross the ball. Yeah, left, right, and centre. Oh, let's try set pieces from corners because we're very good at them. Well, you're only good to a point, because once teams figure you out, then you're not that good at set pieces. So on people saying there's an over-reliance on set piece goals, and this is the next point. That's always the narrative when you score 5 goals, then another 5 and another 3. You're not going to talk about it. When you concede, now you don't have that many clean sheets. When you don't score a goal, you're going to come back to that. That's normal. That's the narrative. But for us, it doesn't change. We want to improve regardless of if we score 3 or 5. Even though we didn't concede anything on Saturday, there are still things defensively I want to do better. It doesn't change our work. The thing is as well, Arteta, yeah, you're always going to have like injuries in your squad at a point. So, you know, you're not going to have the same defense consistently throughout a whole season. You know, you've only had Timber come back this season, you know, and we all know that Timber's a good baller, but you can't be over reliant on players like this. You know, obviously the Ben White injury, you know, that obviously hit us real bad, because you know what, Ben White and Timber, you know, we can do that, but you playing Partey is only going to just amount of time before this guy breaks down and he gets injured, because in that position, yeah, there's a lot of dynamic turning and, you know, running up the field, and you know, it's not a position, yeah, that in midfield you've got you midfield, yeah, you can see the pitch, most of the pitch. Do you understand? You can open up your body, you can look left, right. You've got most of the time you've got time on the ball. Yeah. When you've got wingers running you down, yeah, trying to get that ball off you, yeah, it becomes difficult. And it's unnatural position for Partey to be playing. It's not a great position to be playing. So I just don't understand why, you know, this manager is persisting with Partey in that position. And I'll be fuming if he plays him like that tonight as well. On the balance of tomorrow's team selection, meaning tonight, he's saying we've managed the squad in the best possible way to make sure everybody is fit and available, feels part of it, and is ready when the team needs it. If we have to make changes, I'm sure that the boys who come in will have that, and others will have to play as well because of the numbers. So why are we not asking questions? Why is there no questions about Sterling? Why did we bring Sterling in? What was the whole point of Sterling coming into the team? I just don't understand the whole point of Sterling being in the team. This was supposed to be a call-in show, but obviously I haven't got to that point where I'm big enough for people to call in, and people are shy as well and stuff like that, which is all good, you know. But I can talk for an hour anyway, because I'm a passionate guy about my team, and I can talk on Arsenal for ages. Big up to Static in the building. He says, hey bro, Arteta must leave now, for real. Whatever happens tonight, win, draw, loss, he still must go. Put AirPod output in charge until the end of the season temporarily, until we go for someone better. See, simple words with reasons. You know, the guy is not good enough. Yeah. Do you think we cannot cope without this guy? Yeah. Do you think Arsenal cannot cope without this guy? Of course we cannot cope without this guy. Even the Arsenal fan base, even content creators that I work with, yeah, I can see they're kind of like straight, you know, funny towards me because they don't like my opinions. But they will still go on to, you know, never a foul. Lee Gunner's channel and Northside's channel, and then flip flop. You'll have man like going on to Never a Foul and saying certain things, and then like man will be saying, "Oh, man will be saying, that's crazy, you man wanting him out." What? And then in the same breath, you're telling us about we haven't won anything. So we can't have standards all of a sudden now. Keep up the good work, legend. Enjoy the game tonight. Yeah, for real, man. 6 likes and subscribe. Yeah, people, make sure you're liking and subscribing, man. This is like deep conversation with you, man. I know Southern Gooner is going to be listening in, because I know Southern Gooners, supports me and all them things there as well. So let's continue. So on how he feels about the narrative of the team. What is this narrative he keeps going on about? Team with stats saying we're scoring less than last season. Very different to that, obviously. The depth of the analysis, that's what I'm interested in. What do you mean by the depth of the analysis? And on if the players are prepared for Palace to sit back. Well, they're slightly different. I don't think Fulham, for example, wanted to sit back. They never have that approach and have played against Spurs and Liverpool and haven't done that. It's what you're able to do to teams sometimes that they have to do certain things in relation to the game and the game scenario. The scoreline obviously has a big input to that. We will face one game or another. So we will see tonight, how this manager fares. We can win this game emphatically tonight, and people will forget. And rubbish this stream off, and oh, what are you babbling on about, and all that kind of stuff. We're back and all that. We're not back. Yeah, we need to climb up this table, yeah, to be back. Yeah, to be back is to go on a run after this now. Yeah, winning this game, beating them tonight, beating them on Saturday. Yeah, because if we lose any more points in the Premier League and Chelsea win against Everton, which I think they will do, Chelsea go 7 points above us. That's if we lose or draw, they go 6-7 points above us. Liverpool still have a game in hand as well. So I'm not making things up. On the challenge of deciding the game, a magic moment is not only just to score a goal. A magic moment can be Gabriel's last year against Man United when he plays a striker offside for millimeters. That's a magic moment as well, in my opinion. It doesn't only have to be a scoring goal, but we have players that are capable of doing it. Doing it every 3 days, that's when you become a world-class player, and a player that wins games with individual actions. And we're trying to develop our players to have more of that, because that will be another source of winning games. Interesting. Doing it every three games, that's when you become a world-class player. Really? Okay. Doing what exactly? What is it that you're doing every 3 games? Yeah. And how much of it is a mental thing? A lot. Actually making it happen and believing it can happen again. Creating the fear in opposition that a player or two can deliver that. A player can become, it's easy to say, predictable. I know what he's going to do, but actually stopping what he's going to do. I agree with that. I agree with that, because we have, predictable players because of the system we play. And yeah, it's up to the opposition to stop them. And some teams have been, successful in stopping us. Everton did on Saturday. They stopped our creativity, but then again, we stopped our own creativity because we weren't good enough. So, it works both ways. I'm taking this inspiration from Man City's success in this competition. Yes, because it keeps everyone on their toes. Everybody's willing to play those games. These competitions, and if you're able to win it, then it gives momentum, belief, and we are ready. And the team is always engaged every 3 days to try to achieve the bigger ones. It's funny when City was serious about this competition and wanted to win everything. We were still looking at this competition as nah, it's nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All of a sudden now, it's important now. We should go into the season of wanting to win everything, having that expectation. Hooks is a man that, you know, has that expectation to win everything. Yeah. And he gets always questioned, what are you winning? He says, you know, my expectation is to win. Yeah. Win everything, which is not the wrong answer. Whether we win everything is a different answer. Do you understand? Yeah. On the January transfer window, here we go. It will depend on what player it is, the value of that player, if there's any other movements in the squad or not. So it's a very difficult answer. Why don't you send Sterling back to Chelsea and then get in another winger? Why can't you do that? Because you're paying this man 150 grand a week to sit on the bench. And you've been doing this for a few seasons now with players. Tierney, I'm sure he's on over 100 grand a week, sitting on the bench, doing nothing. Zinchenko, even when he's been fit, he's been sitting on the bench doing nothing. So in terms of the wage bill, are you actually getting the wage bill down? Jesus, you know, 200, probably one of the most expensive players in the squad. Or sorry, not expensive, but biggest wages in the squad. You know, is he going to start tonight? Have you utilised him enough in the team? Like when he played for City, he used to play on the wings more like, but you put him out as a number 9. This thing goes on for quite a while. Oh, we can't get into Raheem in a minute. Raheem the Dream. One, if winning the EFL Cup can lead to more trophies, I think it's really helpful. And this is Arteta's words. I think it brings belief, trust, positive energy. I believe that touching a cup, beating someone in the semi-final, beating someone in the final, it generates that energy, and I think it creates the right path to go and do something else. Especially because of the timing when the competition is played in this country, it gets the momentum going. I totally agree with you, Arteta, on that 100%. That's one thing I'm going to agree with you on that statement there. I totally agree with you on that. And there's things I can agree with you on, but there's a lot of things I don't agree with you on how Mikel will celebrate 5 years in charge of us. I don't drink wine, but yes, it will be a special day. Obviously, 5 years in this job, especially the size of the club that we are, is a big thing. So very grateful. Yeah, but it's not been the most happy 5 years for me, man. Seriously, man. I need to see my boys lifting a cup here. I need to see Saka holding a cup. Odegaard, Saliba, Gabriel. I need to see them, man, celebrating. And even if we were to win a Carabao Cup and we were to celebrate, yeah, the celebration police would be out saying, "Oh, do you know what? Look at these guys, only won a Carabao Cup." Yeah, that's why we need to win the big trophy, the big ears. On whether he would celebrate the day, I wouldn't have a celebration, but probably I'll reflect on it, have some memories, and look through some pictures and comments and a few moments that we've spent together, recall it and value it, because it's quite a long time. Yeah, I suppose it's a long time in a managerial aspect, you know, but the fans will also be reflecting, you know, those fans that are different, you know, opinions, the top gooners, people like me, we'll be looking at, you know, 5 years and thinking to ourselves, is this all we have for 5 years? You know, and reactions from the fans to the draw versus Everton. We were here to win games, and even though we did the majority of things to win it comfortably, the fact is that we didn't. What if there's a reason Raheem didn't come on against Everton? No. See how he's quite short with the answer? Very short with the answer. On Ethan, Ranieri, and Martin Odegaard can play together, depending on who they are surrounded by and depending on which position Ethan can play. He can play right attacking midfielder. Interesting. He can play left attacking midfielder. He can play right winger. Okay. There's another position that I think he can develop into a few years' time. So there's options there. So you know what? He can come on for Saka as well then, yeah? On which position you think Ranieri could develop into? He says 9. So Arteta thinks Ranieri can develop into a striker. Interesting. But what qualities Ethan would bring to the number 9 position? Well, he's got the goal in front of him. He looks at the goal. He has tremendous ability to put the ball into the back of the net. I'm not too sure about Ethan Nwaneri as a number 9. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's kind of like sent me a little bit. I don't think Nwaneri will be a number 9. For one, he's quite small, but I suppose you've got the players like Eduardo, Messi back in the day. Alvarez, he's not the biggest, but I don't know whether he will develop into a number 9, but obviously Arteta knows more than me. Obviously, he does know where the goal is. I'm going to give him his respect there. You know what I'm saying? But it's interesting. It's interesting, those comments about Nwaneri developing into a number 9. So, are we seeing our new Saka replacement if Saka gets injured or if Saka moves on? Because he mentioned he can play right attacking midfield, So, and this is another thing about Arteta as well. Every player has to be like flexible in their position. They have to play 1, 2, 3 positions. It can't just be a straight, I play centre forward. This is the only position I play. He's always wants players to just play in different positions and be able to. And sorry, man, it's just annoying. It's just annoying. So I'm probably going to end the stream in a few minutes. I want you guys to really think about this tonight. Because if we are to draw or to lose tonight, there's going to be a bad taste in people's mouth. And I want you to ask yourself, are you happy with Arteta? Is this the man that's going to take you to the promised land? Yeah. And I don't want you to say, oh, there's no one else that can replace him. Who else who can replace him? Give us a name of managers that can replace him. You do your Google search. Yeah. Don't be lazy now. Plenty of managers out there. Plenty of similar profile managers out there that can do what Arteta is doing. 5 years is a long time to be at a club and not win literally anything. So take away the FA Cup for a second. He would have been here 5 years without anything. 5 years without anything. We all know Maresca's going to win his cup in the first year. So literally, Maresca wins his conference, same as the FA Cup, I would say, in the first year. Do you think Chelsea are going to allow Maresca to go another 4 years without winning anything? Without winning anything. He'd be out by, I think, year 2.5 years, he'd be gone. Arne Slot, obviously, he'd be a manager that gets time. And if he wins the title this season in his first go, these men are gonna keep him in a job for a long, long time. That's all I'm gonna say, because you know what? They believe in him. And you know what? Once he wins the league, it's gonna be Champions League next. But we will see how Slot is under, because remember, always judge a player and a manager when it's tough times. Don't judge them when it's all good times and the team's great and everything. Judge a team, a manager and their players when the times are tough, because this is where you see the men from the boys. This is where you separate the men from the boys, And yeah, literally, that's it really. A few minutes to 7 o'clock. I wanted to go for an hour. Still got a few minutes to go, so I'll just continue talking. Let me see if the team lineups are out yet. Let's have a look. So let's have a look to see. And you know what? I know I've spoken about a lot of things tonight, but also, you know, it's good to speak about things and not to just, you know, just keep everything bottled up. It's good to just, you know, talk about it, because a lot of streamers and a lot of content creators, if you watch their channels, it's all about acting the dumbest to get the most views. It's all about that. I don't mind a bit of banter. You know, I've obviously got a stream with I've got a stream with Big H, Coach's Corner, and what? Oh, hold on. Hold on. We've got the team lineup. I can't believe it. Tierney's in the team. There you go. Team to play. Rare in goal. Let me just make it a bit bigger. Rare in goal. Oh, is he doing the midfield thing again, man? He's doing the right back party thing, man. Oh no. Oh, is he? Hold on. Who's playing centre back? So is Timber playing centre back? Sterling gets a start. So Rare in goal. Partey's probably going to be right back. Kivior, Timber, centre backs. Tierney, left back. Timber's not even played centre back this season, man. Oh, this was a proper mix-up team. Jorginho, Marino in the midfield. That looks a bit spooky, man. Some slow midfielders, man. Proper slow midfielders in the midfield. And good that Waneri gets a start. Jesus, Sterling, Trossard. Not the greatest team, but we will see. We will see what happens tonight, won't we, people? We will see what happens tonight. But that's the Arsenal lineup. I don't know what to think of that lineup, in all honesty. I really don't know what to think about that lineup, but we will see. We will see. We will see how they fare. Let's have a quick look at Palace's lineup as well. So Palace's lineup is Henderson goal, Poha, Chalaba, Lacroix, Gay, Mitchell, Lerma, Sarr, Eze. They've gone with quite a strong team. That Sarr is definitely going to give us trouble, man. He's a speed merchant, so yeah, he will definitely give us some issues tonight. They've got some pace in that team as well. You know, got Eze as well. Someone Arsenal should have been looking at as well. So it's going to be an interesting game, people. It'd be an interesting game. I think it'd be quite physical. I don't know about our midfield, man. I don't know. I don't trust Marino yet in these type of games, man. I don't think he's good enough. I don't think Marino is good enough. But I don't know, man. Anyway, people, yeah, let us know what you think about the stream. If you're watching it back, that is, if you ever get to watch it. And yeah, just let me know your opinions. You know, big up to, you know, my fellow streamers, my fellow Arsenal fans, and make sure you guys sub to my channel. We've got Honest Rivals coming up on Friday, hopefully, and Friday with friends, with guys like Honor Me, possibly NJ, Man City fans. And yeah, we will see how we fare tonight. and I'm hoping we beat these guys on. Something's got to give, man. Something's got to give. I can't see us winning tonight and winning on Saturday. I think one game's got to give. Will it be tonight? I don't know. But if we lose, both games are so important. Both games are really important. So we have to do something tonight. You know, so it's 1 minute to 7 now, people. I'm gonna get prepared and you know, do see what the lineup's saying and all of that. Martin Odegaard, we're at the quarterfinal stage now, and this is a competition we want to win. We are desperate to win trophies, he says, together, and this competition is another chance to do that. We are close to the final now, so we want to make the most of this opportunity and go all the way. The big goal for this club is silverware, and as a team, we're determined to do that. We've said that for a long time now. We're in the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, and we're going to fight really hard for the Carabao Cup too. Let's take the challenge, and hopefully we can have a good night tonight and make another step to the final. Yeah, well, there's a semi-final after that, mate. So you know what? Yeah, is the Carabao Cup just one round or quarterfinals, or is there 2 legs? I think it's just 1 leg, isn't it? Is it 1 leg? I think it's just the 1 leg. But yeah, interesting to see Tierney tonight, man. He's. Why didn't you bring him on? Why did you not bring him on? Against Everton. Why didn't you play him against Everton, man? This is what confuses me about this brother, man. This Arteta is confusing, man. Very, very confusing brother. Yeah. So you're gonna put Tierney in a game that's going to be pretty physical. You know, you're gonna have pretty fast wingers against him. You know, this guy. I just hope Tierney don't get injured, because there's a lot of pressure on this guy, you know, to perform tonight. You know, is this a shop window tactic for Arteta? Who knows? Who knows? We will see. We will see. But yeah, people, man. Make sure you guys smash the likes, people. And you know, stay happy. And make sure you all subscribe, watch my video back, share it, and you know what? Comment, because commenting is nice. So people, you know what I'm going to do? The famous salute. And I am out of here. Peace. I need to get the intro. Let me give you a little intro just out, because I keep forgetting the intro. I need the intros. If someone got an intro for me, give me an intro, people, because I need intros and outros, people. I don't even think I've got an outro on here. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Anyway, people, I don't even think I've got an outro here. So yeah, we're out, man. Peace.